Welcome to Bows and Balls. I'm Brent, and today we're going to talk about scale rot. And sorry, I told everybody I was going to post a video every day, and then I got sick. I had a fever of 103 a couple times yesterday. As soon as the ibuprofen would wear off, my fever would spike again. So bear with me. I'm still not feeling the greatest. See this girl? Reach right in. See? No reaction. That's how you know you've got a good relationship with your snakes. Is when you go take them out and there's no reaction. But she's like not even. She's not stressed in the way she's getting ready to go into shed. This is my IMG Hypo Jungle Pastel. Looks like she's throwing iridescence. I think maybe if I put this black shirt on, it'd give a better background on the snakes today. Check her tail out. Anyway, we're going to talk about scale rot today. Look at that. See her iridescence? I almost think she throws them inside the house better when she's actually going in the shed. Oh, she's trying to get to that rat. There you go. She's up underneath my collar. Alright, let's talk about this scale rot thing. Ooh, look at that. Cool. That is sweet. Should see her in the sun though. Alright, let's see if we can't sit down here without pinching her. I'm gonna move this a little bit back. Yeah. Alright. Scale rot. Scale rot's caused by humidity being too high for too long. Like them sitting in standing water. Ooh, look at the iridescence right there. Humidity too high for too long. Sitting in standing water. It's due to high humidity, poor hygiene. You know, I'm not one to recommend, I don't recommend normally anybody, bathe their snake just for the sake of bathing. But honestly, I guess probably if I had my snakes in ReptiChip and I was only spot cleaning, you know what I mean, in between actual tub changes, I probably would soak my snakes probably at least once a month just to make sure that if they have any urates on them or poo on them, that you get it off. My snakes are a paper towel, and my snakes are actually she and the rat. Yeah, I'll pull her back here. There we go. Try to get it so I keep her in the. I probably would if I was on ReptiChip, but all mine, if I was just spot cleaning in between, tub cleanings, a lot of people clean once a month. I clean every time that my snakes go. That's why I don't mind the paper towel. I like the paper towel. Paper towel works fine for me. I'd rather keep them clean. The cleaner they are, the better they are. That's hence why I don't normally bathe. The only time I've ever, bathed or what I would call soak, a snake is would be for scale rot or some stuck shed. But normally, if any of mine have any, issue shedding, normally I just give them a little spray, directly on them. Mine are so used to it, they don't care, and I must say it didn't seem to bother them from the get-go. I don't normally have, bad sheds though. Honestly. But, here and there, every once in a while, maybe one little piece will be on them. I got you. Yes, I was watching you. I was watching you. See? That's why you still need to watch them. Yes, you're okay. You're okay. Dad saved you. But, yeah, I lost train of thought. Oh, this is Aurora. If anybody new here, this is Aurora. And she is a super sweet girl, as you can see. Like I said, none of my snakes bother me up around my face. Until they give me a reason to worry about it, then I'll worry about it. But let's see if maybe we can't get her eyes. She's got beautiful orange eyes. Come on, look at the camera, girl. She's beautiful anyway. She's not going to show those eyes. But anyway, so getting back to the scale rot thing. What I have done, because yes, I have gotten scale rot in the very beginning when I had ReptiChip. And hence why I normally only moist in the front of my tubs, and recommend like only one, your cool part of your enclosure. I would keep moist and then give them a dry spot. I always make sure that their hot spot is the dry part of their enclosure. I only moisten in the front of my tubs, so, but anyway, I did have a problem with ReptiChip because the humidity was way too high. Even having a bunch of holes drilled in my tubs, it still was too high. So, but I caught it in the very beginning because I have my snakes out all the time and I'm constantly inspecting them, making sure that I stay right on top of anything. Because the sooner we deal with stuff, sooner we figure out that there's something wrong, and the sooner we deal with it, the easier it is going to be to deal with. And most of the time it's like, a few treatments and something, and it's gone. So anyway, I noticed it on Callie, because Callie I put on ReptiChip, and it got too high, and he started getting a little bit of discoloration on the bottom of his belly scales. And they say that it normally forms around their oh my god, their anal vent and their spurs. There, I actually got it this time. Their spurs, around their spurs and their anal port. So, anal port, their butthole. Shouldn't have probably said that. I don't know. Whatever. I'm sick. Hopefully you give me a pass. I'm sick and I'm not really thinking all that great. It's probably not going to be a great video, but I feel stupid for telling everybody I'm going to shoot a video every day, and then yesterday I didn't shoot a video. So anyway, if I was going to deal with scale rot, like I said, you'll notice it. And I noticed it on the belly of my snake. So, and I noticed like it looked almost like a freckle starting, but I knew he didn't have freckles on his belly scales. So, and because that's just the way I am, I went ahead and looked online and said, oh, what could this be? And come find out, they said it could be, scale rot. So, I'm not going to claim that I'm pronounced, and I'm probably going to kill the name of this by pronouncing it wrong. Povidone iodine solution. I'll actually put it right here. Yeah. This is what I used. And yes, there is you can go online and you'll find an exact amount to put into however much water. But I also saw a lot. I'm going to bring this tub into it again. And because see, it's got air holes drilled in the top. What I do is I put enough water that the snake was completely submerged. Just its body, flat. So, because then if he didn't want to be submerged, all they got to do is coil up on top of himself, and then he'd be plenty up out of the water. You don't want to have so much water that you got to worry about him drowning. But you do want enough to completely, so their body is completely submerged. Them laying flat on here, not submerged. If they're laying on top of themselves, you don't want to go and completely submerge them if they're on top of themselves. You want them laying flat in the bottom of that, and you do want to cover it. Hence why I got holes drilled. You want to have them in a covered place so that way it holds all the heat and it holds the moisture in there for them, in that way, because you want to leave them in there about a half an hour. I'm 20 minutes to a half an hour, and if it's just slight, I would probably do it 3 times a week, for at least 20 minutes to a half an hour. And you should only have to do that maybe a couple weeks. It will not go away until after they shed. So don't be surprised when you keep soaking them. And also dry them off. Once you take them out, dry them off completely. They might have a little bit of the orange tinge because, I didn't say that. Okay, completely make sure you give them enough water to where they're completely submerged. Now, I put enough iodine in it to where the water is like orange. You know what I mean? Not like to where it looks like it's just pure iodine, but I want it more on the darker orange side than than real light orange. You know what I mean? And the iodine's not going to hurt them. You could completely submerge them in straight iodine, and I don't think it would affect them. But you don't need to do that. That's why, hence you dilute it. But that's what I did. And I only did it a couple times. I'll be honest. I did it a couple times because he had only had like 1 or 2 spots on him. And I did that, and he was due to shed. And once he shed, it completely went away, and I never had to worry about it again because I also pulled him off ReptiChip and put him back on paper towel. But he did go off food on me from just changing him over from ReptiChip to paper towel. He went like a month without eating, and then finally started eating again. It's funny how the slightest of things to what we feel is slight affects them. She's coming up over the top of my head. But it's funny, yeah, because this stuff that would to us that wouldn't seem like it should bother them or whatever, does. And just from moving him from ReptiChip to paper towel, he did not want to eat. But he is now, and he eats great. But that was a learning experience, and it told me that, geez, I'm glad that I didn't have all of them on ReptiChip and wanted to swap them all back over to paper towel, because I don't know how many snakes probably wouldn't have eaten. Look at the iridescence on her. So that's my take on scale rod anyway, is, it's due to high humidity, poor hygiene, leaving them in, pee and poo, leaving them in a dirty enclosure will do it. That will probably do it faster than anything, honestly. High humidity and being stuck in where there's, urates and poop, high humidity by itself would probably take a lot longer to affect them than if they've got high humidity and they're in an unclean, enclosure. So, and it's easy enough to treat, though. That is one things that I will say. Don't bother, taking your snake to a vet unless it's got like severe scale rot and you have in the iodine treatment that I just explained isn't working, then I would go and definitely take your snake to a vet. But for the most part, snake rot, scale rot is easy enough to one of them things that's easy enough to take care of, at home on your own. That's one of the few things that I don't mind telling people to go ahead and try to home remedy. Because it's really not that serious as long as you catch it before it gets real serious. I guess discoloration is, it could be brown, it could be red, it could be green, it could be black. Mine was like little black, almost looked like freckles underneath the scales. It's not on top of the scales, it gets in between the scales. So, she's just running around having a great old time. Oh, I'm going to take another snake out. Because this girl's actually in blue. And she is so beautiful. Her eyes are so beautiful when she's in blue. And I want you to see how good she is. Even though I'm not even going to try to put her back. Because it'll take too long. See ya. Look at her blue eyes. I'll get them better here in a second. They're just starting to go into blue. They're not like super blue, but... Oh, sorry girl. Gotta get her to calm down here. And no, I don't recommend anybody go and hold your snakes when they're in blue, but I can because mine are just used to me. Alright, girl. I gotta do something with this camera, though. Because your blue eyes aren't picking up. Oh, there we go. Can you see him? What's she got? Oh, there we go. You see those blue eyes? They're just starting to. But she's got such pretty eyes because they're a different blue. Oh, it's washing right out. No, like I said, I don't recommend anybody, hold the snakes in blue, but my snakes are so used to me, it's really not a big deal. She really don't mind. She's not like super stressed. It probably wasn't the most funnest thing. Whoops. Probably wasn't the most funnest thing, but she's not like freaked out about it. Alright, let's see if we can't get Aurora put back here too. And then I'm going to take Phoenix and I'll take her brother out. And then we'll probably end this video. Like I said, I'm still feeling like crap. I'm still feeling like crap. But that was my little thing on snake rot. Scale rot. Alright, come on, girl. Nice. She's in my shirt. And you just gently persuade him to come out. Oh my God, girl. Come on. Alright, fine. I'm a sucker. This is Phoenix. Take this off. See ya. retreat in right beside her head and all that. Doesn't matter. Alright, I'm gonna have to set her up here for a minute. And I'll be right back because I'll pull her brother out. Her brother just shed this morning. Here he is. See, now reach right in front of him. See his head right there? They don't care. They really don't care. I've got the best, chillest super babies that anybody will ever find. And most of it's just because they've been held plenty. You know what I mean? They've been held a lot. They've been given absolutely no reason to be defensive or anything. But this guy right here just shed this morning. And he's got, like what I said, he's got kind of like a Christmas tree. But you see how clean they got a super clean pattern. And they are gorgeous. She might be just a slight lighter than he is. But that's about it. They're about the same size. I will do get a weight on these guys for you. You know, because I haven't updated their weights in a while. If I had to guess, I'd say they're 250, maybe 300. Let's see how close I am. I got a scale right here. Let's go ahead and see. Oh, one side of the table is more awkward. Alright, let's see. Can you actually see if I put it there? Yeah, you can. I don't know if you can read it. Yeah, Aurora wants to get in the picture too. Let's see how close I am. Oh, he is 343. So I was a little off. So move Phoenix. Let's see how big Phoenix is. She is 354. She is actually heavier than her brother. So she's 354. And he was 348. Oh, no. Hold on. Oh, they messed it up here. There we go. 342. And he was 3, and she's 3 something. 350 something. 353. 352. Something like that. Yeah. Guess I can go ahead and sit down again. Hopefully. Just hanging out with my friends. Oh, that's way too high now. Oh. There we go. Yeah. And he's not head shy either. See, that's him. To prove it, you can see because he's got a different head stamp. He's got like, looks like a Christmas tree. If I can get him to hold. He's got like a Christmas tree with just a dot in it. And she's got the alien head. You see. And she's not head shy either. Hey, little girl. He's moving around a little bit, probably because he just shed this morning. Or could be just he wants to move around. But there we go. We got a few weights on these guys, and I explained a little bit about scale rot. Probably wasn't a very good day to talk about that because my brain is just fried from being sick. But anyway, we're probably gonna shut off here. So there's my 2 cents on scale rot and showing these beautiful babies off to the couple of girls that are looking at wanting to get one. Heather wants to get one, and I'm not even gonna butcher your name, but you know who I'm talking about. The one that's been looking at this male here. His head is a little bit bigger, I would say, compared to hers. His head seems a little bit longer and maybe a little bit wider than hers, but she weighs more than him. You know, they both eat great. They, on frozen thawed, pound food. They've never refused. They ate great from get-go. I only had to assist feed Peanut. She was just so small. And I only had to assist feed her once, and then the next time I offered food, she took it. So, but there you go. All right, we'll see you tomorrow. I'm hoping I should definitely feel better, tomorrow. So, remember, if you can't be good at it. Cheers.